All right. Hey guys, and it's Alive with a real fun 4-part mini-series, my backyard, doing a little outdoor cooking by the barn. We're gonna do a little burger blend. We got the boats, and we're gonna do a little squid fishing, seeing a mushroom farm, smoking some mushrooms. Finally, we're doing some ramp foraging and a little ramp pizza party back at my house with Chrissy and Sam. Tune in, Bon Appetit. Quiet on set. That birdie's making a nest up there. Making a racket every day, but I kind of like him. I named him Pete. It's not Pete. Hey guys, and it's Alive. We're gonna be doing one of my favorite things, making some burgers at home. And yeah, we're gonna be grinding our own meat. We got 3 different types. My own little special blend, little Brad's blend. And then we're gonna smoke them and sear them and cook them on the Traeger. All right, so I got my meat grinder here. You can use, I was thinking about using, I got one of them old hand ones, the old timer ones. I love those. I took it has a metal attachment where it has the grinder and the auger and the tray, and I popped it in the freezer for a couple minutes to get it cold, Every little step away in grinding meat, you just want things cold. As you're grinding and doing anything, that's friction, and you're gonna cause heat. So you want things cold and you want to maintain that, right? But this blend is special to me. Got a little bit of brisket, a little bit of lamb shoulder, and then we got the lean and mean protein. This is just a little bit of venison that I got from my buddy Vinny. All right? There's not much, if any, fat in there. Great flavor. It's a great protein, one of my favorites. And I think it just makes a really nice blend all together. And you could use any type of meat you want. You can use all beef, all lamb, all that. You can use any kind of meat, like I was saying. With the venison, I feel like it's one of those things, it's lean, but it's delicious. A lot of folks don't know what to do with it. The obvious thing and the easiest thing for the most part is grind it up. You make your burger meat, you make your stew meat. Most burger, whether you're getting it in a patty form or just a ground beef at a counter, it's usually, beef chuck. Or they mix it, it's scraps, and that's great. I don't say that as a bad thing, but it's usually just, scraps from the butchery process. A great way to utilize extra pieces of cuts like that. Hold on, guys, I gotta get something. Think you're slick, Kevo. You got keep an eye on me, pal. I'll come out of the tree next time. I like to be able to grind my own, there's an accountability to it. See what goes into the sausage. The old saying, you don't want to see how the sausage is made? Well, I do. I do 100%.
You really don't want to see how the sausage is made. Trust me.
You don't want to just go throwing nasty bits in there. You are what you eat here. Your burger. So at this point, what I'm doing is cubing the meat up into little chunks like that, like something you'd see in stew. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can fit it through the grinder, right? The lamb has a nice piece of fat on it, and that's where we're gonna pick up that kind of like that happy ratio, that 80-20, 75. I'm not building rocket engines here. I don't need to go weigh in the fat. If you wanted to, hey, to each your own. You want to geek out and do it, make it nice, so you can recreate it exactly the same, then yeah. I tend to just do like little one-off miracles. I'm gonna go pop this in the freezer. We're gonna let it cool down. Like I said, we're not turning it into meat ice cubes, just getting it cold so that it stays cold when we run it through the grinder. Oh, it's getting warm, huh? Oh, Jesus, Kevin. I gotta put a bell on you, Kev. Oh, I put it, who did that? What? I also went down to a local metal shop, steelwork kind of place, and they cut me a nice, 1/4 inch or 3/8 stainless steel, all right? Nice, cleaned it up, and that's gonna be also my little smash kind of sear pad. All right, let's make our mixture. And I got a 1/2 cup white miso, okay? Right into the bowl. You can use red miso or no miso if you want. This is just how this is like, some people are gonna be like, oh, Brad, you're not making hamburgers anymore. Look at all the stuff you're putting in it. You're making sausages, right? Yeah, call it whatever you want. I'm calling it a burger with Brad's spice blend in it. All right, so we got 1/2 cup of miso. I got a little bit of herbs de Provence, which has rosemary, thyme, marjoram, oregano. I think they're in different regions, different areas, different families, and lavender. This is a little kimchi juice, all right? Stay with me there. Pour that right in there. A couple tablespoons, okay? And this is a little bit of ground cumin. Goes really nice with meat. Obviously goes really great with lamb. And just, little subtleties. I don't need it to be overpowering, but just a little bit of flavor within the meat. So kimchi juice, totally optional. You can put sauerkraut juice in it, you can put wine, you can put water, you could put nothing. Terrible day for a black shirt. God, it's so warm. Okay, little onion powder, all right? I love onion and garlic powder. I'm gonna start making my own, but for now, got the nice storm going. That guy's making a racket. He likes the show. Okay. A little bit of onion powder, all right, like a teaspoon, okay? Same with the garlic. We'll go 2 teaspoons. I like the garlic. That goes nice in there. Okay? Beautiful. And I'll do a little pinch of salt. About a teaspoon. About 2. Let's do 3. I tried doing this with raw garlic, just minced up. Worked really well, but it was like super, super powerful. So I like to keep my spices around because once we make the complete mixture, I like to take a little one, just like sausage, right? I like to take a little one and just do a little taster. See that we're dialed in. I'll be right back. God, it's so warm.
He takes the snap. He's at the 15, the 12, the 10, the 5.
Kevin! Let's go. The meat waits for no one, pal. Watch your back. I see you going down. Ooh, ice pack between the legs. So I put this in the freezer too. Get it real nice and cold, like I was saying. Every step of the way. Cold, cold, cold. Nice. Got our little plunger, okay? And here we got our, I'll show you. I'll just show you real quick. All right, in case you guys never used one of these. Well, if you buy one, you just follow the instructions, okay? Let me dish the glasses. Little worm drive pushes the meat through. This cuts it, right? And this makes it come out like a spaghetti. Nice. Okay. Boom, we got our meat nice and cold. Shit.
Delay of game. 5-yard penalty.
All right, so we're gonna take half of the mixture, just kind of rub it on it. I don't want you to be like, oh my God, that's a garlic, onion, miso sausage patty burger. No, no, no. I just wanted to flirt with the palate a little. Maybe even keep you guessing. I don't want to go mixing it crazy with my hands. I want to kind of try to let the mixer do the grinder do a lot of it. Let's see how this works. I hope it works. Oh, hello. A little bit of lamb, a little bit of beef, a little bit of venison. Yeah, bye-bye. Right? How good's that look? All right, beautiful. This is my little tester. We're gonna do a little tester. Is that a bad idea, guys? Tester? Yeah, bubba. A little salt on there. Yeah, let's close that for a sec. All right? Turn that up just a skosh. I'm gonna put it to 430, all right? I think that's gonna be the sweet spot. You know, we're using the Traeger Ironwood 885. And the reason I love using Traegers, man, is because yeah, it's smoking, right? And it uses these really cool. I had some friends over here the other day and they're like, oh, you can't be cooking on wood pellets. And I'm like,
pump the brakes, pal.
what's cool, because I talked with the folks over at Traeger, because I wanted to know, I was curious. I was like, how are you getting that to bind? The pressure it makes the sugar is the natural binder. You can pick hickory, cherry, apple, little blends, mesquite, whatever you want. So, you know, I got in here today, we got a little bit of apple. I like apple. I like a good tool that works, man. That's all I could say about that.
Traeger Nation.
All right, let's taste this little sampler. Let's see where we're at here. Oh my God. So good. Hamburgers are so cool. I like to kind of have the granularness of it. And I make just little balls like that, all right? It's my favorite way to cook a burger is to kind of put it on that flat there, that kind of smash. I don't need to be super thin, but just kind of mush down where I get a nice little surface area. Even if you don't have the stainless, you can do them right on the grates, no problem. You're getting the same heat. That same smokiness is gonna wrap it around it. It's just a beautiful thing. And then as far as fixins, all right, I'm kind of classic. I don't need a lot of stuff on there. I don't need onion rings and whatever else people are putting on there. Frig knows, you know. I want a burger I can bite into and eat. That is not, I don't need something like this with 25 patties on it. To each their own. Put a cheese on a little bit. I think it's like in the cheddar family. It had a name I couldn't pronounce or remember, but it smells delicious. Just like a nice melty white cheese. I'm not a big American cheese guy. So as far as what I'm gonna put on my burger, I just got some pickles. Gotta have pickles on there. A little bit of pickled onions, and then I just got some local ramps. which is kind of like a wild, if you're not familiar, it's like a wild leek kind of garlic, scallion-y kind of thing. There's a whole bulb on the bottom, but they take a long time to reproduce, so I tend to leave the bulbs in the dirt. But the leaves are beautiful, and I'm just gonna chop them up and kind of use it as like a little bit of like a lettuce or like an arugula. And you know, I like to put it on the top and the bottom. What you know about that? Eating something like that with wild vegetation that deer lives around, pretty cool. And I know not everyone has the ability to get access to really awesome meat like that, but if you can, man, it's worth it. It's just so much better than most of the stuff you can get in a supermarket. If it was in the middle of August or something and there were some beautiful tomatoes around, you bet I'm putting them on there, right? Just gonna kind of stick with this. It's what I got. Onion, between the meat that we use, the varieties of meat that we use, and then all the flavoring agents that we put in there, the miso, the cumin, the herbs of Provence, all that little subtleties. I wanna taste that. I don't wanna hide that. You know, if my kid was here, we'd be putting ketchup on it. You stay here, Kevin.
He takes the hand off, it's a reverse. He's at the 15. He's down.
Oh, motherfucker. Had a glass. You know, I don't know where we got them. Broken glass everywhere. All right, let's have some burgers, huh, guys? I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit of salt because grilled smoked meat, you know, off of it always needs a little salt. A little bit of black pep. Yeah, come on. Everybody's getting a burger today. I'm like the Oprah of the burger world. You get a burger, you get a burger. Not you. Let's see what happens. Ooh, when they're so good, you gotta have 2. Or 3. Perfect, little pickle, little onion, the ramp leaf. Besides the different flavors that come from the 3 meats that are in there, having the miso in there and the smokiness from the Traeger just kind of kissing all over the outside there. It's just really, for me, it's just kind of a burger that I feel good about eating. You know, I could eat one, I could probably eat 2 of these and like not feel like I need to take a nap, you know? I know where all the meat came from, all the products came from, the traceability, and the accountability of the product. You know, it's something I feel good about eating and supporting local farmers. That's just, you know, that's important to me. All right, guys, well, that's my burger blend. Thanks for hanging out with me here in my backyard. We smoked them on the Traeger, we ground them together, we talked about different meats together. It was a blast. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time, guys. Bon Appétit. Hamburgers are so cool. Anytime I make a bunch of hamburgers, I always feel, I think he was from Popeye the Sailor Man. The Hamburglar, right? What'd you say?
That's McDonald's.
His name was Wimpy.
Oh, yeah. Not the Hamburglar. That was Burger King, wasn't it?
McDonald's.
It was McDonald's? Wimpy. But he always said, I'll gladly pay you for, eat a burger today for, or he said something silly like that. I'll pay you tomorrow for a burger today or something like that. That guy was a legend. Always carrying around this tray of burgers. That's what I feel like when I make a lot of burgers. I love it. Ocean's so scary, Kevin. Especially at night. But could you imagine falling in this water now? You think that's squid?
I got one.
Jesus Christ!
It's aching.
Brad! I ain't dying here.
They'll say don't get on board.
It was the wrong jig this time, pal.